All right, so here are my thoughts on Kanye West, or I'm sorry, respectfully, Ye. He changed his name, so we want to be respectful. This is what I've heard a lot online, but I've heard a lot about why he's making some of the statements he's making. But what I haven't heard is anybody really go deep into why he's doing because I see more than just him being disgruntled at a few of those businessmen. What it seems to me like, because like he said in his own words, he has enough money where he could go away and pretty much chill out for the rest of his life. He could live exactly how he wants to live for the rest of his life, never having to work another day in his life, never having to create another song, do another show, design another product. He can basically chill out with the money that he has and the resources that he has for the rest of his life. He's almost reached middle age anyway. So, and for men, in a lot of our cases, this is middle age, in our 40s, right? But especially black men, take care of yourself, fellas. Brothers, take care of yourself. But this is what I thought about. Nobody's really even talking about what will make a man so passionate and go as hard as he's trying to go, really with no support. He doesn't really have the support like that, and the reason why he doesn't have that support is because he's kind of on both sides of the fence when it comes to his relationships. He's trying to put people together who don't want to be put together, who historically has never been put together, has never worked out, and he's trying to live in both worlds, and that's impossible. You'll never be able to live in both worlds. But he's achieved a lot of things in the rap world, and a lot of things in the fashion world. And you can tell he's been abused to a degree. Like, he's taken a lot of stuff that you can tell it has affected his spirit. I don't think it's his mind that's bad. I think he knows how to perfectly articulate whatever he wants to articulate. He knows how to reason. He knows how to formulate thought very well. But when a person's spirit is wounded, it really ain't no fixing that. There's only one thing that can fix that, and that's God, or the Most High God. He's the only one that can fix that, right? His spirit. But he's what he's frustrated about is that this is his children have to deal with what he's had to deal with. And I believe that epiphany or that revelation has come to him, and it won't let him rest. It's like, my children have to deal, because think about this, as a man, you're thinking about, you're a fixer, right? As men, when you become a man, I'm talking about a man. I ain't talking about the little boy going through. You gotta, every boy gotta go through that stage of manhood. A lot of them, you see a lot of grown boys running around here, but manhood is a stage that we all have to go through, right? If we're willing to. And it could be scary at times, It could be hard at times, very, very trying and taxing on the spirit. But I saw his interview with Piers Morgan the other day, and he had to check him and let him know, hey, because that's what happens to a lot of us, right? We are marginalized and over-talked as if what we have to say means nothing. And he's just tired of it. And he's at a position, a lot of times when we working on a job, working on one of these jobs, it's like we gotta deal with it, because what else we gonna do? We thinking about the big picture. Right, let me get this out the way because I got things to do. You know, I got a woman at home, I got a house to keep up, you know, I got things to take care of. So this is nothing to me. It's kind of like war, spiritual warfare, literally. It's like, you know, that little disrespect that you had to deal with, or that little dismissive trope that you had to deal with is not worth jumping out the window for, basically. Sometimes that's what we want to do. You feel like, hey man, you're not gonna disrespect me like that, or hey, you're not gonna disrespect me like this. It's just, you ain't gonna do that, because that can trouble a person's spirit. Words are powerful. You know, people say hurtful things that go into your spirit, and you take that with you, and that can bother you. That's where the mental problems start. That's where they begin. That's the root of it right there. Being talked too crazy. Nobody wants to be talked too crazy, right? If you talking to somebody crazy, when I see parents talking to their kids crazy, then how do you expect the kids to turn out? If you talking to them crazy, how do you expect them to turn out? And if you don't expect them to turn out crazy, you're crazy. That means you don't get it. That means you're totally clueless as to how to parent. Totally. But anyway, let me get back. Let me bring it on back down. But yeah, Kanye's realizing, Ye is realizing that his children are going to have to deal with the same things he's had to deal with, and he's still having to deal with. And they're going to have to deal with the same people. The same people who have spiritually abused him because of, he just wanted to be successful like we all want to be. All right? He wanted to use his talent to be successful, and that's what a lot of our young brothers and sisters do. They want to be successful. And, you know, based on where they come from, they may be willing to go further than the next person. It's kind of like when you're working on a job and somebody's doing something, you're looking at them like, what are you doing? You're doing the same thing they're doing, but they're like overdoing it. For the money you're getting paid, it's like you're just like, wow, like they're not paying you to do all that. If they were paying you to do all that, I get that. But they're not paying you to do all of that. They're letting you know what you're worth by what they're paying you, or how they value you by what they're paying you. So why would you give them a premium service and they're paying you economy grade money? But it all depends on your circumstances. If you feel like, you know, now you're gonna get paid anyway, but in your mind, you're feeling like you don't want to do nothing to lose this opportunity. And people take advantage of that. We get taken advantage of all the time like that. I've worked on jobs where I'm looking at somebody that's working with me, and I'm just like, I'm not doing all that. I'm gonna do the job I was paid to do, and I'm gonna do it well. I'm gonna do it right. But I'm not going extra above and beyond. I'm not gonna do that. No, I'm not gonna do that. Just, that's how I am. I ain't doing that. I'm gonna do what you paying me to do. That's how that go. Especially if I see you paying somebody else to do less than what I'm doing, you paying them more to do less. Yeah, I'm not doing that. But But yeah, so that's what it is. Kanye is frustrated. He's thinking of, Ye is frustrated. He's thinking about, think about that. He's thinking about his children, man. He's thinking about, my kids got to deal with this. That's it. Y'all be good. I done made it where I'm going, so y'all be good. Bless.